This has been a long time coming. I'm in Hethel, the home of Lotus cars, and I've just picked up my new Lotus Emira from the factory. But I'm not going to just take it straight back to Northern Ireland. No, we're heading straight to the tunnel, into France, and then into Germany, and I'll bring you with me. So we're on the Eurostar heading France bound. My first time on the Eurostar, so it's just fascinating. You can see all the vehicles in this called Le Shuttle. But our plans now, we've had a great drive down. We've done 170 miles so far in the Emira. It's been absolutely faultless, very comfortable, very easy to live with, and we've been keeping the revs down because obviously it needs running. But we're heading to Reims this evening to stay over. We'll go and see the old Formula 1 circuit there, and then off to Stuttgart tomorrow. Quick Sitrep. I know this isn't an excuse to put a screenshot into the bad parking thread on the forum, but we're just on the border with Germany here, just coming out of France. We've had a fantastic day yesterday at Hethel collecting the car, and then we got the tunnel, and we stayed in a place called Reims last night. It looks like Reims, but I think it's pronounced actually Reims, and it is the home of an old Formula 1 circuit which ran from the 20s to the early 70s, but all the old hoardings and pit garages are still there. So we went there this morning. What a spectacular place to take the car first of all today. We're also feeling a bit better because we were up at 4 a.m. yesterday, so a good night's sleep. Starting to really enjoy the car. The auto routes are clear. The sun is shining. It's absolutely spectacular. So our plans are now we're going to move on to Stuttgart and hopefully go to the Mercedes Museum and the Porsche Museum, and then hopefully head towards the Ring after that. A lot of fun this trip. Just like to say, how has the car been? Because that's obviously why you're watching the video. The car's been excellent, bar a couple of things. So Scott Walker, the guy who handed the cars over at Lotus, we had a fantastic day there and meeting some other like-minded enthusiasts who were all also buying the cars. What an experience. It was just absolutely mind-blowing sitting down having a chat with other guys who own Porsches and other things, and this was they were getting their first Lotus. So we'll keep you updated when we hit Germany. So we highly recommend one of these. Toll tag, you go into the toll lane, a red light, and now we have a green light. Stuttgart has petrol flowing through its veins, and it's home to Porsche and Mercedes and these absolutely spectacular museums. You could easily spend a day in each of them, and you're going to see everything to do with the internal combustion car and its history over the last 100 plus years. Mercedes were right there from the start, and you're going to see things like a Gullwing, or you're going to go see a 2.7 Carrera. You're going to see Formula 1 cars, Formula E, everything else. It's just a must see for any petrol head. But sometimes the most surprising thing you can see lurk in the hotel car park. So a wee video for you of the car park. First of all, abandoned Buick. Check that out. We've got a Chevy Blazer, because why not? Then we have an absolutely immaculate CDX Mark III Cavalier. Sorry, Opel Vectra. So we're leaving Stuttgart now, heading towards the Nurburgring. On our way here, we noticed we drove right past Hockenheim, which is just at the side of the Autobahn. So we couldn't help ourselves but call in on the way up. And what a treat, because they had an auto jumble on. So German auto jumble at a Formula 1 circuit. Absolutely fantastic. And then of course we head Adenau and up into the Eiffel Mountains. Cheers. We had a couple of very easy going laps in the Nurburgring. The car was just about on the threshold of being run in, with, as you can see, I'm only in sport mode, taking my time on what is quite a quiet Saturday evening, but a lot of fun. Yes, Russell lead. Left foot braking as well around here, so you can see left, that's where it's left foot braking, and then you get flat right on the other side. So with over 1,200 miles done in the Emira now, we're on the north coast of France, just heading for the ferry. Talk to you a bit about the car and how we found it. So first of all, really like the paintwork job that Lotus have done with us. It's the best paintwork I've ever seen from them, much better than my Evora or my Exige. So looks great on film, but it looks even better in person. They've done a great job. This roof will get a bit marky and stuff like that, so that will just need a good detailer, someone better than me to look after it. But the car's held up really well. I suppose certain things that we've picked up on, if you know your Lotus's boot lid, you just make sure you get that solidly down. A couple of times we've driven off and it's been saying it's open. But you can get a reasonable amount of luggage in there. But other than that, outside of the car, everything is sitting perfect. Like, apart from a wee bit of road grime over the last 3 or 4 days and a couple of 1,000 kilometres, it's in great nick. And just like that, back home, feels like a dream. But the car's physically here, I can touch it. I did tell you I would bring you with me. I hope you enjoyed some of what we did. I'll be talking more about it on the Soul to Scene podcast and on the RMS forum. But I'm just going to go and sit and look at this now in the lovely sunshine. Cheers.